Hello, everyone. This is Kristina, business and digital marketing coach. And today is a new episode of KSM podcast, Growing Business Online with Kristina. And I have my special guest, Sandy Chinogurei. Sandy, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much, Kristina.
I'm
It's a pleasure being here.
I'm super excited having you today as my special guest speaker. And Sandy, can you tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you do?
Okay, I am content marketing strategist and coach. So I work with female coaches, consultants, and service providers, and I help them to, craft their messaging and get clients. So that's what I currently do.
Yeah, and it's really nice. And you are based in UK. Yeah.
Yes, I am. Yes.
That's really nice. And I met you online, and I saw your post in Connect, and I have done comment, and after that we connected, and this is the beauty of new technologies and online business. You have never know how do you create your message in terms to connect with people, and never know who will be your new connection. So that's really nice. And Sandy, can you tell us a little bit about your background? What did you do before you started your content coaching business and content writing and other things?
Okay, I started off, I was in the health industry for a long time. And then in end of 2012, which was around December 2012, I started a bridal business because my sister got married and I had to purchase a custom dress for my sister. And then I ended up finding myself going into the wedding industry because I realized there was a gap in the market. So I work as a bridal wear designer and I create custom gowns. So I started in 2012. And then fast forward 2020, COVID hit and the wedding industry came to a standstill. And my business, I'd been running it on social media. And behind the scenes, I'd been helping people for free. And I just thought, why don't I just turn this into something that I can, that I can make a living out of because I'm already doing it for free. So I started off working as a confidence and a visibility coach. And as time went on, I just started to realize that I started learning a lot of things and investing in myself. And I realized the importance of, knowing how to craft your messaging, how your messaging can break or make your business. So that's how I ended up pivoting into, helping people craft their own lucrative messaging.
Yes, and this is so nice. You started doing that job and do for free and help people. And after that, you realize that you can get money from there just to do it. That's really nice. And when sometimes people don't know how to shift, they never know how and when they will shift their business, just depends of circumstances and what were your challenges to start? You said that you in that virus hitting, but what triggered you to do it in that way to create content and other, just to explain us a little bit closer for our listeners who will listen to this podcast?
What triggered me was the realization and the frustration of having a good offer, putting it out there, but getting crickets or not getting much traction. So I knew there was, and as time went on, I realized that I had a messaging problem. I had, some people don't even realize that they do have a problem. So unless you know that you have a problem, then you're not able to find a solution for it. So I realized I had a problem. So on realizing that I had a problem, I invested in myself to learn more and master how to write. So as I did that, I realized that this is something that I actually enjoy doing. I was already working as a visibility coach, and I thought I might as well, go into teaching people how to write. It's all good to be visible, but if you don't know how to to put your offer out there, how to create the messaging, it is another problem. So that's why I ventured into going into content creation.
Yeah, and for many business owners who, there are many business owners in online space, business entrepreneurs, and then there are people who in this kind of industry, for them, sometimes they are stuck to move forward if they are in offline space and they wanted to do transition into online space. And anyway, people need to create a message and offer to right audience, right people. So can you tell us a little bit about how people can do it, like just to give us some tips for that, just that people, because we all need to do, we do many things and people are the most overwhelmed with something. I'm just talking about myself. I know how I'm over. I wanted this, I wanted that. But when we do something, I think that we need to do a message and offer one thing, not many things, because it's going to be confused for audience.
That's right. I absolutely agree. Going out there and talk about one offer and one offer only, it really brings a lot of clarity to your audience and also to yourself. So with regards to that, my encouragement will be for someone to really have clarity on who you want to work with and the solution that you're able to offer them. Because I mean, we might be so multi-talented, you might have so many things that you're good at doing, but at least you need to speak about one thing at a time, one solution, and have clarity on that one solution and have clarity on that one client. So we start from there, and then do some market research, because some people, believe it or not, they don't really see or know the value of market research. So when you do market research, you get to know exactly what your ideal clients are struggling with and what they really want. So you're not trying to assume things, and you get to really hear them say it in their own words. And those words is what you turn and craft into messaging.
Yeah, so and when people just say your ideal client, and how do you see, let's say, ideal client for your business? Who would be that? Let's just explain us, just to be much more closer, because the point of and the value of this podcast is for our listeners when I have special guest speaker to help them to move forward. Just any kind of podcast is so valued, and your story is so valued, and so for listeners and for newbies who wanted to start business and who want to outline their message, to the world.
That's right. When we're talking about ideal client, we're talking about that person. We're going to be talking about that one person that you want to work with. For me, it's women. The reason why for now I started off with women, niching down to women, is because I know I can identify more with women. I know how they speak. I know the language that they speak. And I know I can express myself better to female audience, and they can really get me. So that was, for me, was my decision for going with the female audience for now. And then the other thing is, what are they struggling with? For me, my audience, they are maybe creating beautiful content, but no one is engaging with that content. They have a good offer, but no one is buying into that offer. And when they put their content out there, maybe they're getting crickets. No one is, no one is coming to them to find out how I can work with you. And that's a problem. Already that's a problem. Or maybe they're exhausted. They keep creating content, posting every day, and they're really finding it super exhausting. There are no results.
And do you think that they put in terms of social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and other things, do you think that they don't know where to, that they post on places which is not right for them, and they don't post on places where is not their audience, just to, and in terms of to help, just to share about it, to explain it a little bit, and about when people go to the B2B meetings, B2C meetings, and as you said, connect to one person. How, and about choosing right person in front of you to sit down and talk to you. Is it in person? Is it in front of a camera? Is it in online space in terms of word of mouth connection and speaking?
Okay. I can ideally say it's both in person and online. For instance, you mentioned that you asked me about the platforms. Is it because they are, marketing on the wrong platforms? Yes and no. Some people, that could be the reason that they are marketing to the wrong audience. They've not done market research to know where their ideal clients are. And as a result, they're marketing on an audience where they are not. For example, maybe you work with young people and you're trying to market a lot on Facebook. And that on its own is counter interactive because they are hanging around mostly on Snapchat or maybe Instagram. So it's important to know where they are. And because you can have, if you have the right messaging, but the wrong platform, that's a problem. And it could be vice versa. You're on the right platform, but your messaging is not right. So both of those things, both of those elements need to work hand in hand, the right platform and the right messaging.
And when you put that, let's say you put that content you create for one person and you put content in some Facebook groups. And I know I run 2 Facebook groups, and there are people who just read that and put like. And do you think, and I was reading one post about, it doesn't matter that you have a lot liked. People like your page, but they don't buy.
Yeah.
And sometimes we wanted to ask them, why did you like my post? Do you like it? And I cannot say, would you like to buy my product? Would you like to work with me? Because on all that standard, all of them offer, and in that offer, we don't know how to work together. We offer to each other, and you say you wanted to be expert, just put your answer, and you can answer it, but it doesn't matter that person who you answer it will be your client. In either that you are in the right group, because everything what I've done is organically through referral marketing, through testimonials of my clients. And let's say the most is to connect them on Zoom meetings, networking, and other things. But no one can come to my group and say, Kristina, I would love to be your client. No. And this is my experience. Because of that, I'm asking you, and I wanted to know much more, because when people send ideal client and when you research, maybe people don't know how to research them, because it doesn't matter that the ideal client we imagine will be my client. Do you understand? Because it's so big competition, and because of that, we are all players on that market, and sometimes people are in stuck because most of them, when they're in a group or someone, they post, they offer. So I think that, for my experience, when people trust you and know you better, and because of that, mostly what I do strategy session call, in terms to connect with people, and that it doesn't mean that this person will be my immediate client.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely agree.
So how is your experience, let's say, with Facebook groups, for example, and where you are the most present? Where are you the most present in terms of social media?
For me, I'm mostly present on Facebook and Instagram. I've got LinkedIn, I've got TikTok, but I just had to put breaks on TikTok and on LinkedIn because I realized this is not working. I just have to focus on 2 platforms because it gets to be exhausting, So I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram.
And how people come to you? How do you connect with your ideal clients?
How do I connect? I'm active in other people's Facebook groups. So I have maybe 5 Facebook groups that I deliberately put myself out there and really connect with people. And also on my Facebook group, I make sure that it's more of connections that I'm trying to build in my Facebook group. I'm not seeing people as just lead potential clients. I'm looking at them like connections, because once you build connection with them, they're able to trust you enough, and they get to a stage of trust. You don't even really need to go for the hard sell. Whatever you put out there, they're willing to buy, because you've built a connection with them. They trust you. They know you. So they are willing to take the risk working with you because of the relationship that you have with them already.
Yeah, I know it. As I said, this is maybe many people and we say the factor of like and trust and credibility. And when people believe you, and this is the way how people you can have and joint venture partnership. People wanted to build collaboration with you and give some most idea to continue, or just when they trust you and when they nurture a relationship, they can, for example, have some ideal clients who is so fit to you for your business. So that's really nice. Yeah.
Absolutely agree to that. Yeah.
And this is how I built my KSM podcast. You know, I wasn't shy. I was running one group with my partner in Australia. And she always say, Kristina, why don't you pop up? Why don't you pop up? And I was creating a 21-day challenge. And that time it was 3 years ago. And it was social media management. It was something like it was and social media strategies for business. And I created 15 videos and 4 podcasts. And from there, I started working as a podcast creator. So this is, it was a challenge for me, and people know what I do. And people say, just like that, they told me many times, I interviewed many people and they said that they feel relaxed. They feel, just like to work with you, to be my guest speakers, because I always ask them, just to share their story. And every single person in this world has got a story. So this is so nice, and we learn from each other from that interaction work.
Yeah, we definitely learn from each other. Yeah. I love that. I love your story. Powerful.
Yeah, it's so powerful. And what and when you for example have someone who wanted to start business, because you work with female, and what are their ages, for example who do you work with, female, let's say, are they from specific industry and ages,
Yes, they are from specific industries. I prefer working with coaches. I prefer working with consultants, course creators, or service providers. And even though I am in I run a bridal business and it's a product business, but I tend not to want to work with people in products business because of the type of messaging that my messaging or the framework that I use might not be so helpful for them. So I've just chosen to just work with a particular group that I know that actually, help using my framework.
No, that's nice,
Yeah.
So that's, and for you said you like collaboration and that factor to build relationship, and I really love that. I like to speak, as you can see, and that's really true. So I'm more passionate for speaking than for writing, to be honest. And also for some female entrepreneurs who wanted to start business, what would be message from you just to start their business and to work, and just for people women who have business idea, but they don't, if they're in stuck, just to try any business idea, because we are all people in the world are creative and they have their own business idea, especially for people who were in corporate sector and they wanted to start their own business journey.
My advice to them is don't procrastinate. Just go ahead and do it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, go on to the next idea. Because what I've realized is business is all about evolving and growing. Because you asked me how I started being my journey of becoming a strategist and coach. And I told you that I started off in confidence and visibility coaching, and I evolved from there. So it's all about evolving. It's all about taking risks. And, if they are chances that you will fail. Yes, that's part of the growing journey. It happens. You learn from it, and you lift yourself up. You invest in yourself, you learn more skills, and you go to the next thing. You failing in, I don't want to really call it failing, but I'll say failing in quotations, is something that is part of the journey. And this is something that you can actually use to help someone else. So don't be afraid of what if I fail? Don't be afraid of what if I lose my investment? That is part of the entrepreneurial journey. Just go for it. Yes, it's going to be challenging, but there is always help out there. There's always someone who's gone before you who you can actually ask.
Yeah, and if we don't try, we have never know how it's going to be. And from most of my guest speakers, they shared their amazing story and said, just try, never give up, because you there are people who start and they say, I started, but I don't know where to go, and you can engage a mentor, you can engage a coach, you can connect with your colleagues, former colleagues, ex-colleagues, ask them to and say, hey, I wanted to start this. What do you think about? Is it product? Is it services? Is it coaching, for example?
Yeah.
And
That's
yeah, right. And it was one lady when I was her guest speaker, and she said, and I was asking her about what is the difference between coaching and teaching, because there are many people who say for them that they're a coach, but we can say that there are certified coach, but also there are people who are so experts in their field because of many years of engaging in their background, let's say 20, 25 years. If they're putting that job in area of business, what they do, they can freely say that they're coaches and mentors because they have experience.
That's right. Yes.
What do you think? What is, just can we teaching and coaching? Did you think about it sometime?
That's a good question. I've not really thought about it, but I would think that the role of a coach is to find that strength, that hidden strength within you. Because someone can come to me and they can tell me, Sandy, I don't know how to write. And maybe someone can come to you and they say, I don't know how to speak. I would not, if you put me on a podcast, I don't know what to say. But when you have a conversation with that person, when you dig deep into them, you realize that they have this hidden potential that they might not even realize that they have. So I think the role of the coach is to take that potential and, pull it out, show them the possibility and lead. Just guide them, just be a guide. They will take the lead with their talent, but you just be like a guide, like, just making sure that they're, and with regards to a teacher, I think a teacher is mainly focused on teaching you information, teaching you what you need to know. Like, I cannot say a teacher is there to take out that, those hidden potential and try and, show it to you, but a teacher is more of someone that gives you the information or the tools that you need for that particular, program or whatever it is that you want to learn. So they're just there to just teach you.
Yeah, because teacher can create you everything and you are going to learn that, but coach is that to guide you and to discover, as you said, your hidden potential inside of you and to guide you through that. Just to, that this is so nice. And tell us, how do you work with your clients? Do you do coaching one-to-one or one-to-group, or can you tell us a little bit about your coaching and how people can reach out to you to connect with you? Because I love what you do. It's so nice because we all need your content, because we all need to have one message for one client because that's especially right. For people who are full of idea and overwhelmed and say, I don't have time and I procrastinate, because procrastination is not good enough anyway.
No, it's not. No. So I currently I currently offer intensives and one-to-one. So group intensives and also like one-to-one for those who want one-to-one. And to find me, I'm on Instagram and also on Facebook at my full name, Sandy. Chinogurei.
Yeah, that's nice. And yeah, well, this podcast is going to be on Spotify, on Apple, YouTube channel, because I'm on way to create my YouTube channel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and for all listeners who will listen to this podcast, so yeah, this is such amazing story what you shared today. And yeah, people just, and all of you who will listen to this podcast, KSM Podcast, Growing Business Online with Kristina, and today my and special guest speaker Sandy. Just connect with Sandy, and I will put all information in the group KSM Facebook group, because, and I will put all your information to Instagram and Facebook. And Sandy, do you have your website? I think also it's...
My website is www.sandychino, which is CHINO.com.
Oh, that's real nice. And do you, because I can ask you many questions today. Do you have to share with, I don't know, I asked you many questions, but maybe do you want to share something which I didn't ask you for the ramp up of this podcast today, before we ramp up the call?
I just want to encourage all the women out there to use their voice, because one of the things that I had to overcome when I started working online was, my fear of being visible, my fear of talking, because I'm kind of a shy person, or I used to be shy, and could never imagine myself being on camera or talking. So I just want to encourage people. I just want to encourage all those lovely women out there, your audience, and even the men, to to show up, use your voice, because your voice is such a powerful tool. It is such a powerful tool, and you need to use it to reach out to all those people who potentially you want to work with, or those people that you could actually change their lives by simply using your voice. So don't be afraid to use your voice.
Yeah, that's nice. And as I said, I was so shy, and I started doing podcasts, and I thought that for all listeners who will listen, to tell you that, encourage you to be on podcast, to be visible, because people love to see your face, to hear your voice, to see your body language, and just to connect with you, because people, everyone has got a story to share, and every story is so impactful and influenced to people and different. So, and we can change on that way, and we can just, when we listen other stories, we can always find an answer on our questions. And I think that for all listeners, and this is such amazing that you pop up today and talk, and this is lovely. Thank you, Sandy, for joining. And also, I encourage others just to know value of podcast. Value of podcast is so important, that people can hear your voice and hear your story and connect with you deeply, than just to put some post and but when people see your face and see your voice and see your energy, this is some very valued and very impactful. Thank you so much, Sandy, joining me today. I'm super excited, and I think that we will talk very soon. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. Bye for now. Goodbye. Bye.